During most fishing seasons, we all lose or break a lot of our spinners. I'm going to show you an easy way of making them out of ordinary aluminum or stainless steel dishes. You can get different sizes, but this is a nice one. You get about 12 spinners out of this. Here's one I already been cutting. You take your outline off the spinner, depending on the size you want, and you trace it with a black ink marker. And you'll end up with it on it there. And then you take your tin snips and you cut it out. Take easy little bites with the tin snips, and you can work with this pretty easy. After cutting out our, we have this here. Put your outline back on it. See where you got to trim it up. Kind of round it up a little. Just very little bites at the end of your snips, and you can get this. And you should end up with concave, see, shaped just like a nice spinner. Now you take this and using a grindstone, you can round out the edges, smooth it up, and you drill a hole on the very top of it, like that. There's one that's finished. So here's two spinners that we're going to put together. Here's a couple larger ones I got off the pot. You can make three, put on 3 1/2 liter. Here's a couple larger ones I cut out of stainless steel soup spoons. These are heavy, they go deep, and you can decorate them with whatever you want on it. Next we take a leader wire. This is a 12-inch. You straighten it out. Cut one end off, not the swivel end. You add colored beads. I'm using green, so we'll add. I'm making it using 3. And I'm putting a little red one on. Start getting the colors. Now I use the clevis from Broken or No More Good spinners. And you take your spinner blade and you put it through the hole, the clevis. And you run our leader wire through the clevis. After adding that, we add another. I'm going to add another red, little red one. Clevis runs better on this. Put that on, and 2 more green, or whatever you prefer. They can be any color. These are glass beads, a little weight, but you can use plastic. You can use anything. Make sure your spinner. This is the way it's going to be hooked onto your line, straight up like this. Sure your spinner is angled down, round. So that's the way she's going to be hitting the water and spinning. Now, I think I'll add another green here, just I want to even it up, 3 and 3. Then I take a I don't know, little tubes still. I got them, but I call it a crimping tube. You put that in through the leader. And you see how it's hitting? Now, I want it right about half an inch from the start of the swivel. Starts the bead, so I want to crimp that right there. So you just take this, pliers, and you squeeze that tube as hard as you can there. That should do her. Make sure she stays on. That's your first spinner. After adding more beads and the other spinner, you slide on the another crimping tube. We add her swivel. And we loop it back up and down in through the crimping tube like that. Slide it in. Judge your distance you want to have between your spinner blades. As you can see, that's a little too much, so I'm going to bring her up a little just by looping more. We should end up with our wire through the loop. The blades would be a good distance apart. Crimper tube. Trim off the excess wire that's hanging out. And there you have homemade spinner blade.